sitting here in Fort Worth at the Bass Pro Shops in Grapevine. Chris Zaldain, day before the Bassmaster Classic starts. But since you're not a prime sandbagger, but I can't ask you to give away the real juice today. So let's go through some questions about Chris Zaldain, Texas transplant.
Let's do it.
What's your favorite kind of boots? What skin do you like to wear?
Oh, okay, so the brand is Lucchese's for sure. And you know what? And just a little sidebar here. I begged my wife to let me purchase a pair of Lucchese Eastern Diamondback skin boots, and she wouldn't budge. She let me spend $1,300 on a hat, but not $1,500 on boots. What's up with that? But my go-to, hands down, is Cayman Belly Lucchese's. Just the Cayman Belly. Love that look. Okay,
you have Zaldangerous is a super popular swim bait. One color someone's buying for the first time that can go everywhere. What's the one go-to color you have?
Absolutely, blackback shad. And it's, I say blackback shad, really doesn't have a black back. It's got a beautiful kind of pearl blue sheen to it over a gold base. So gold and blue, we know those two colors work awesome. Together, it is superb.
Okay, I know you're an adopted Texan now, but you have those California roots, the swim baits, the finesse. Give me a finesse hand pour color that works everywhere.
Ooh. I think you already know what I'm going to say, dude. California, Morning Dawn, right? The pink, California, like that, that's all the thing. It's a Morning Dawn.
Morning Dawn. We're in Fort Worth. You're the expert on Fort Worth now. Where's the best Mexican food here?
Oh, Joe T's, Fort Worth. Joe T's, hands down. Hey, listen, when they film Landman, when they film, any of the movies here in Fort Worth, all the production crew, they all go to Joe T's.
What's a place we've not had in the Lead Series tournament that Chris Zaldain would like to have one?
Ooh, good question. Well, they haven't had one at Clear Lake since I've been doing it. They did have one there prior. Let's go Columbia River up there in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, Washington, Columbia River, huge smallmouth, huge largemouth, beautiful scenery.
I would love to see that. Okay, going back to Fort Worth, best barbecue in Fort Worth.
Best barbecue in Fort Worth. Hey, there's one by my house called the Smoking Windmill, about 40 minutes from Lake Ray Roberts. They've got the best loaded baked potatoes. And of course, Texas, it's all about the brisket. So they load that stuff up with brisket, cheese, butter, the whole nine. Yeah, Smoking Windmill.
Tell me what you're working on these days. I know that you have always big plans. Chris Zaldain Chris and Trait Zaldain never rest. What are you working on media-wise, podcast-wise, lure-wise? What's new in your world?
Yeah, we do the Bilge podcast, myself and my wife, and she's the one who steps on the gas hard with that whole project. And it was sponsored by Battleborn Batteries, and they outfitted this 47-foot RV for us over the last 2 or 3 years. And after running an RV, for those of you who have RVs, a lot of things break on those things. A lot of repairs are needed.
I don't need to hear that because that's my retirement goal.
Yeah, exactly. So we ended up getting rid of that, and we're actually building out a full studio in my big shop there. I got a 60 by so-and-so shop, huge shop. And we're building out the Bilge podcast studio in the shop, and the goal is to get it to so big where we could fly in guys like you or Hannah and interview them at our house.
For people who ask, because I always comment on it, last week, I think it was in Okeechobee, you had the old school Bass Pro Shops hat on.
Yeah.
But I want to know about the glasses. What brand glasses are those? What are they called?
Yeah, so these are Optic Nerve sunglasses. The company's out of Colorado. Really cool company. Matter of fact, the owner is here today at Media Day. And, this style of glass is actually very popular with the younger crowd. And, dude, I'm getting older, so I'm trying to look as young as possible. I'm 40 now. How about that? Did you know that?
No,
I'm 40.
Yeah, I'm 55, so you're still a child of the 80s to me.
So the big shades like this, the single lens shades, the Optic Nerve approached me, wanted to do a Zaldain style, and I was like, all right, what's hot right now? These right here, and it makes me look a little bit younger, right?
You look always young, always fresh. Chris Zaldain, free classic favorite pretty much everywhere he goes these days because you win it and you throw the big baits. Tell me one more thing, because this is my jam, the big baits.
Yeah.
Tell me one bargain glide bait someone can buy and get effective with, and tell me one garage bait that people, if they want to spend $400, $500, $600, they should buy.
The best question I've had at Media Day so far. The bargain category, hands down, Bass Pro Shops XPS Swerve. And just me saying this out loud here, a couple guys might walk in there and get some. But here's how you tell a glide bait is a good one. When you make a cast and you get done working it, and when you're reeling it fast to get it back to the boat, if this thing is pulling back on you and it's doing this left to right and not turning and rolling on its side, it is a balanced and good swim bait. That XPS Swerve does that. So for $18, you cannot beat it. And then a garage swim bait, I'm going to say Does Roman made count as a garage? I mean, it's a pretty big garage.
Yeah, I
in
think it's a
Japan.
couple $100 either
So
way.
yeah, so Roman made. They're actually handcrafted in Japan out of wood. It's not a resin. It's not an ABS. It's actually made out of wood, handcrafted, hand painted. Definitely Roman made negotiator.
And I said that was the last question. One more. Biggest largemouth you've ever caught, and
Yep.
biggest largemouth you've caught on a glide bait.
Ooh, biggest largemouth I've ever caught was a 14-1, and that came on an 8-inch Huddleston swim bait out in California. The biggest bass I've caught on a glide bait was 11-8 or so on OH Ivy, Texas.
So awesome. Chris Zaldain, check them out on the bilge, one of the leaders of our sport, now in his 40s.
Thanks, Pete. He did it.